everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another crafty video. So today's video is the second installment in the I'm new to crafting, what do I buy? I started doing this because I was thinking about when I was cleaning my room and donating things to the library that my nieces go to. I was really thinking about it and I thought, you know, I really bought a lot of stuff that I don't use or isn't the greatest. And I wish I had done my research before I really invested a lot of money in this. I think that I wouldn't say wasted because I love to be able to give it to the library, but some stuff that I probably never should have bought in the first place. And, you know, I could have spent my money better elsewhere. So I thought, you know, I would try to help you guys out, those of you who are new to the crafting world, and show you some of the really, really great buys and things that I use all the time. So if you watch part one of the videos, I talked a lot about coupon usage and the 4 different retailers that I go to. There's also the online stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. People who sell stuff online and do offer discounts. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And this video is also kind of going to be in 2 parts. There's kind of 2 camps when it comes to card making or scrapbooking. So the first one is you kind of just do, you use stickers and you know, you make your own card bases and things like that. You don't do a lot of embellishing by die cutting or embossing. You may do some dry embossing with like some dry emboss. I had a little Fiskars thing that you could actually dry emboss when I first started. I don't use that anymore, but you know, there are things like that you can do. So nothing that requires a machine. So there's that one camp that's just kind of more like clean and simple, basic stuff. So I have stuff for you guys. Then the second group is the one that's saying, yes, I want to do the die cutting, I want to do the embossing, I want to be able to make my own things and embellish my own things. So you can kind of cross over in between the two because I do go back and forth. Sometimes I just don't want to drag out my stuff and do die cutting. So just going to go through a bunch of things. And so it's supposed to be $75 to $100. You're going to be able to mix and match in here, and it probably will go over $100. It might be more like $150. But then again, you know, do what fits in your budget. But I just thought these were some really great basic tools to have for that next price range when you bought that first, because the first one was $50. So if you bought the paper, the pens, and that kind of stuff, so you kind of have your basic supplies all ready to go. Now what's the next stuff that you need to really kick your crafting up one more notch? So let's start off with the basic card or scrapbook makers. So the first thing that I use, and I use this all the time, is the Martha Stewart scoring board. Now, AC Moore, you can't check AC Moore online, so I don't know if they have it. Michael's did not have this listed online. However, Joann's did. So they have it listed for $24.99. Right now it's on sale, so let's just forget about that. Let's buy it when it's not on sale because it's not 50% off. And you can use a 50, 55, 60%. Joann's yesterday had a 60% off coupon. So it'd be so inexpensive if you did it like that. It's $24.99. There are EK Success ones that are smaller than, they have smaller ones than this. This is the 12 by 12. And I like it because this is the size of scrapbook paper. So I kind of started off as a scrapbooker versus card making. So I liked this one because it was huge and I could put it in the, put a full 12 by 12 piece of paper in there and score and create backgrounds for my scrapbook pages. Plus also it helps me to line things up before I had like some of my mats and things. So I love this. So in here in the little top flap is the bone folder that comes with this. This is the Martha Stewart one. And then inside it has your standard card size directions and boxes. So if you wanted to make a box, there's actually directions to do that in here. And then on the back, I think there's also, and there was like a triangle in here too, which I probably lost in the move. But it will also go in here and it'll help you do envelopes. So I do have something else that I do make my own envelopes with, and that one, that'll probably be in the next set of products. But this is definitely one of my most used tools in the craft room after my like basic supplies like scissors and glue and things like that. But I do use this a lot to score. I make my own card bases, so this is fantastic. So That is the Martha Stewart scoring board. There are EK Success ones. There are, I think there's a Fiskars one, and some of them are smaller. So you can do, if you just do card bases, you can get the smaller one. If you do scrapbooks and card bases, you can get this one. Or you can still get this one if you do if you just do card bases too. So that would be about $12.50 with the 50% off coupon. But you can get it, you can use the higher percentage off coupons and make out even better. So the next thing that I really, really love, and I have two of these, and I'm devastated because I can't find my other one, this. Now, it kind of looks like the old, no, I'm probably dating myself, but the old pricing guns that grocery stores used to have when they would put the labels on things. I remember that from when I was really little, that stores used to do that. So that's kind of what it looks like. It's really easy to load these things. It looks kind of complicated, but it's very easy to load. I do think I have a video showing how to do this. These are phenomenal. I have, this one is, the white one is for acid free, which is good for picture, which is picture safe, and the refill rolls are $9.99, so you can use your 50% off or more coupon for that. And the ones that have the acid in them, or not the picture safe ones, are $5.99. Use 50% off of that too. So this is $44.99. So a little bit expensive, but you can use your 50% off coupon on this too. Now I know that you're gonna say, yes, you can't get all of these things at once, so this is something that's building up your supplies. But I really would recommend things that are expensive like this to use your percent off coupons on that. So that would be $22.50 if you were doing the 50% off coupon. 60% off, even better. And then the next thing that I would look at buying if you're doing a lot of stamping, because sometimes it's really, especially when you get new stamps, wooden stamps are really difficult to do, to get a perfect stamp the first time. The Misty. Love, love, love this thing. So now, my goddaughter got this for me for Christmas 2 Christmases ago, I think. So I looked it up on mftstamps.com, and this one is the medium size one. I think they have a 12 by 12 one. They also have a smaller one. The smaller one is $45. This one's $60. MFT, if you spend a certain amount of money, like if you're buying stamps there anyway, you can get up to 20% off, I believe. 20% off is you have to buy a lot to get 20% off. So you probably wouldn't do that. So you have this. However, I did happen to find the Stamp Perfect tool at Michael's, and I was able to use a 50% off coupon on this. I think this was like 20 bucks with my coupon. Works just as well. It's a little bit smaller than the Misty. This is kind of like the card size one, Misty, that you would get, but super, super inexpensive, and it works the exact same. And then I also have, and now you don't need all 3 of these, but these are just different options. The Tonic Studio one from Tim Holtz. Now I have heard that there have been lawsuits with Misty, with this and possibly this one. I'm not really sure. Don't know how much longer these are going to be available. I do think that they lost the lawsuit, and Misty won, and they are going to discontinue these, but these are phenomenal. The Tim Holtz one has this lid is interchangeable, and it has a rubber and a clear stamp side, so that because there's different depths that you need. The Misty and the Stamp Perfect both have a black foam pad inside of here. It's under this the pad of paper here, and when you use the red rubber stamps or the larger stamps, you just take this black piece out of there and then just use that. And I just put all my magnets together, which is not what you should do. So that's pretty much it for the people who are into stamping and scrapbooking. Those are my recommendations for supplies. Now let's go on over to the people who like the die cutting and want to do the die cutting. The first thing that I bought, this is one of my like big purchases, like probably before I bought the Cricut, and my brother and sister-in-law and sister and brother-in-law bought me gift cards. So mine was kind of inexpensive. You can't use coupons on this because it is a Cricut product, and they do not allow, unfortunately, they do not allow coupons on it. So I was able to buy this with the, like I said, with gift cards. So it is a little bit more of an investment. It is $89.99 right now on Michael's website. Sometimes they do have sales. I would look for a Cricut sale. Sometimes they'll have like 30% off all Cricut and accessories. Sometimes obviously that does not qualify for the Explore, the Explore Air, the Maker, anything like that. But I do believe the Cut-A-Bug may be part of that too, because I feel like I did get this on sale. Plus I got the I used the gift cards, especially around Black Friday. Look then, that's probably this thing. So the Cut-A-Bug it's weighted, and then this is supposed to kind of like suction cup to the desk, and these pieces pull out here, and there is a little, let's see if you can, it's suction cup to this. Let me see if I can, there is a little crank handle on the side, and you slide it through with the embossing folders or the die cutting plates. There we go. It comes up pretty nicely. So that is like the major difference of if you wanted to use die cutting and stuff. So obviously if you have the $75 to $100, you really don't have a lot of money to play around with if you're going to buy the Cut-A-Bug. If you were going that route and you only had $75 to $100, I would buy the Cut-A-Bug, and then I would also buy the Martha Stewart or one of the scoring boards. That'll bring you to around $100. The ATG you definitely could buy, but you know, in the other video, we talked a little bit about adhesives, and the Zig two-way glue pen does multitask. You know, it does two functions. So I think I would get that over that. And then the Misty, I think that's something that you could potentially invest in on the next round. But I think that if you are really into using dies, so like I'll show you guys what this is. For those of you who don't know, these are like the wafer thin dies. These will go through there. Embossing folders will go through there. There's these ones like word dies here that will go through, and it cuts through very nicely. There's different kinds of plates that go through. I have the extended platform plates from the Genius platform, which is a magnetic one, which I'm not sure that I really love it for the magnetic piece of it, but I do love it for the extended plates so that I can put multiple dies on there. So if you guys want me to do a video like on the Cut-A-Bug and show you guys how to use it and the plates that I have and how to create the sandwich and stuff like that, let me know. I can do a specific video on that, but I didn't want to bore you guys with, you know, if you already know that, or if you've kind of already, you know, if you've seen the videos on how to use the Cut-A-Bug. But there are so many things you can do with that. Embossing, there's a lot of embossing techniques you can do, like dry embossing, and there are a lot of die cutting techniques like partial die cutting, full die cutting, and there's ways that you can manipulate things. So it is a really, really great machine, and it's kind of the predecessor to the Explore, the Maker, that kind of stuff. Once you get used to this, then you kind of want to be able to design your own stuff and change the sizes, because there are limitations to this. You can only use dies that fit within this without using the extended platforms. There are some that, let me show you guys. I just bought these from Honeybee, and I don't think, because these are large, I don't think you can use them without using the extended plates. So there are some dies that you're just not going to be able to use without you know, additional things. So the Cut-A-Bug is a great starting point. Embossing folders are fairly inexpensive and a great way to add some texture to your projects. There's embossing folders, there's 3D embossing folders, there's texture fades. There are so many different things. So if you want a video on all of that, I will definitely do that. I have all of those things because I am a hoarder. I'm trying to become more of a user, but I am a hoarder. So I definitely have that kind of stuff. So if you want, I can do a video on that. But that's kind of it for me today, and from the second installment of $75 to $100. I know that there may be, you know, it's in the upper range of pushing $100 if you are trying to buy everything, but I think that will give you enough selection for what you need for crafting. You'll know which camp you fall into, or if you fall into both, and what you think you'll use the most of. But these are some of my most used tools, and I just thought that I would share them with you guys, and hopefully it helps make some decisions and make some smarter decisions so you're not wasting your money. Thank you guys so much for watching this fairly long video, and I will see you again real soon for another crafty one.